So I'm here with the lovely Yolanda Wilson from VanVeen Bulbs, and you know you guys sell a lot of lilies in your company.
Yeah, we do.
And so let's chat about lilies. First of all, tell me what's the family?
Well, the lilies are in the lilium family, but there's a lot of other plants that are in the lilium family as well. We've got garlic, which most people don't even realize is a lily, and they're all edible.
I can eat this.
You could eat that. It's totally edible. I would prefer to put it in the garden.
I was going to say, can I wash it first? Because I'm not going to eat it like it is right now.
No, but just like a clove, every little piece will eventually grow into its own plant. So that's how they multiply, by the seeds developing into the bulbs, and the bulbs actually multiplying themselves.
Well, you know, I try to think of all the different questions that people ask me about lilies, and some of the first things that people say is, you know, do I have to dig these up?
Not in our climate. Really, the only place you would have to dig them up is somewhere where we don't have a cool winter, because they are from mountainous areas of the Northwest and from China and Japan.
So they need the cold.
They need the cold.
Oh, okay.
So if you lived in San Diego, you'd actually have to dig them up.
Really?
To cool them down. So.
Well, we don't live there, so
No.
that's one good thing. And you know, easy gardening. That's what we all want now, because our lives are full, and this plant. Easy
It
plant.
is, and I always say, if I can get someone that tells me I can't garden, I kill everything, I actually will give them a lily, because I know they will be addicted to gardening. Because it's one of those plants, once you've tried a lily, then it moves you on to the harder stuff. But for me, it's a beginner gardening plant, because you plant it, you throw it in the ground, and it comes up and blooms every year faithfully, and you don't really have to do anything with it.
Well, and Yolanda, there is a vast array out there. Let's go over, let's throw out some of the varieties of what the difference is in those different varieties.
Right. As far as true lilies, there's the Asiatics, which are generally not fragrant, but they come in the reds, the yellows, the hot pinks. They bloom the first, usually May into June.
And how big do those
They're
get?
shortest, so they're best for containers, I'd say, or the ground, because they're only 1 to 2 feet tall generally. And the blooms don't last more than 2 or 3 weeks, but they come in all the gorgeous colors. So I always try to make a bed with all different types of lilies that bloom at different times.
Well, now, can you do with lilies on the first year you plant them like you can with like irises? Can you plant them at different levels to get different bloom times to extend them?
Pretty much, but I found that it's the heat. So yeah, if they're deeper, it takes them longer to come up. But rather than doing that, I would stagger my planting time, leave them in the refrigerator, and plant them every 2 weeks. That's what we've did in the greenhouses.
But then the next year, they're all just going to bloom at the right time.
Right, right. And any plant, any lily, plant them year-round. It doesn't matter when you can get them.
Really?
Even these, the stems have broken off. They've, made it through the garden shows, gotten abused, and they don't mind that, because as soon as I plant them, I'll just let them sit till next summer, and next summer they'll come up. And even though it's a year from now, I still will enjoy them tremendously.
And what about fragrance?
Fragrance. The Asiatics are not fragrant. Then we have the Orientals, which are very fragrant, like the traditional stargazers, white stargazers, Casablancas.
Which can get big, too.
Which can get very big. They can get 6 feet tall with
very dramatic.
20, 30 blooms on them.
And the fragrance is heavenly.
Incredible. Yeah, stargazer's more of a clove, where I have one that's called Conca d'Or or Paramount, which are more cinnamon, I found.
Well, you know, there's way too much information to cover in just a small segment here. But if you do have, questions or things you want to go, you can go to vanveen.com.
It's vanveenbulbs.com, and that's VanVeenBulbs.com.
And certainly you can go to gardentime.tv, and we'll click you over there to their website. Yolanda, it's always a pleasure chatting with you about things.
Thank you, William.
It's
so
lovely.
Nice to
Let's
see
get
you
out there
again.
and plant those lily bulbs. Have some great late blooming plants.
And even if you plant them through July, sometimes you can stagger them to bloom in August and September, even into October, which I think is just great for that year. Next year it's earlier, but that year you can enjoy them.
Always a pleasure, Yolanda. Thanks a lot.